Hello, kindergarten. So today we're going to continue to review and talk about our five senses and key details in a story. So I just want to review really quick our senses, and I'm going to use my stick puppets one more time here. Remember, we use our mouth to taste, we use our hands to touch, we use our ears to hear, we use our nose to smell, and finally we use our eyes to see. And I want to talk about this one a lot today. We're going to look at the book Rap-a-Tap-Tap. Here's Bojangles, think of that. And I want to talk about how authors use labeling as a key detail in a story, right? These little details make the story more meaningful. They make it more enjoyable. And labeling is a really cool thing that authors and illustrators use when they create a book. So in this book, the illustrator uses lots of words to label different things in the pictures in the background. So we're going to look here at the book. Here's Bojangles in the city, and they use lots of labels, right? Labeling is text. This is not just a regular store, it's a shoe store. It says shoes, right? So maybe Bojangles got his tap shoes there. Okay, let's see. There's labels on almost everything on each page. Here's a label here. There's a sign, and he wrote bus stop to show that these guys are waiting for the bus. Okay. Labels provide key details in a story. Okay. This one said he'd make, he didn't just dance, he would make art with his feet. And over here is a store that says art. Right, so there's another label there. Okay, so the author wrote his text here, and the illustrator used one of the key words, art. That was one of our vocabulary words too. So you have to kind of look deeper sometimes and use your sense of sight to look at things. Here it says, he danced past doors. Some were open, some were closed. And in the illustration, this window shade is pulled down and it says closed. Okay? So they're taking, the illustrator's taking one of the words from the text and they're adding it to their details. Here he says they dance past folks in fancy clothes, and you can see they're all dressed up, and here it says the word show. So they must be going to a show. There's also numbers that they label with. This says 76. That's the number for the building. So labeling can make illustrations more meaningful, and it can tie in words from the text, right? I like this. He danced past kids, and there's a sign here that you can't see the whole thing, but it says CE Cream, so I'm pretty sure it says ice cream, and that's an ice cream store. Right? And that kind of ties into the kids, because the kids would want to buy ice cream there. All right, let's look for some more labels. This one says Park Band on the drum. Okay. So let's see. He paused to pat an old cat, and there he is at the market, and there's a sign that says fish. And it makes me think that, of course, a cat's going to be near a fish market, because cats like to eat fish. Let's look for some more. There's one on almost every page. He danced, rain or shine, in all kinds of weather. So they're showing umbrellas, but then there's the word umbrellas. Okay. People listen each day for his toe-tapping clatter. And I like this because there's a bus and it says listen and look. And we've talked a lot about those two senses, listening and looking. Listening with our ears, looking with our eyes. Okay. Let's see. He danced many rhythms that were seldom the same. And there's people playing their instruments, and there's a sign that says music. And music goes with the dancing. So it's really interesting how the author and the illustrator work together to use labels in this story. When we write in our journals, that's one of the things we're going to start to work on, labeling our drawings, okay? So using labels makes everything a little bit more meaningful and ties it together. Today you're going to work on this page, or this activity. It says acting out labels, and there's a picture here of a stage with some kids. And there's little boxes all around for you to start to try to label a drawing, okay? So for this, you're going to look at the picture and you're going to label what you see. All right, you only have to write the beginning letter of where the box is pointing to. So like right here, this box at the top is pointing to this light. If you say the word light, light, light begins with the letter L. So in that box, you're going to write a letter L. You could do capital or lowercase, but I'm going to write it on mine and then I'll show you. See how I did the letter L in there? Okay. All right, let's see what else. Let's see what else we got here. So the one thing on here is pointing to a tree on the stage. If we say the word tree, I know tree starts with the letter T, so I'm going to write a letter T in the box. So there's my letter T. T is pointing to the tree. Okay, we have our L for light and our T for tree. Okay, so you can look at the rest of them and try to figure them out. I actually put the L in the wrong thing if I was showing you, I had to erase it and fix it. So it's okay to make mistakes sometimes. That's why we have erasers on our pencils, to fix them. So your job is to look at this picture and label what you see. When you're done, you can color it in. And when you complete it all, please post it on Seesaw for Mr. D and Chef Biscotti. Remember, using labels makes your drawing more detailed, and it matches your writing when we're starting to work in our journal. So this is an important skill for you to learn about, using labels.